Let me tell you guys about this one time I went to a cuddle party that actually was like an at the end. So pretty much I heard about this. Okay, hey parents, don't watch this. Pretty much I heard about this from a friend of a friend of a friend, and they were explaining to me that they go to cuddle parties and stuff like that. I've never heard of a cuddle party, and I also know that it's unsafe, but I'm the type of person where I'm gonna do it for the one time. Okay, so I was like, okay, I want to go to a cuddle party. So my homegirl and I at the time, we don't talk anymore, but my homegirl and I at the time pull up to this house, and it was really nice on the outside and didn't look weird. So I'm like, you know what, let's do this. We go in, we were greeted by this hippie lady, a hippie white lady with dreads. Okay, that's a little bit, I was a little cooked out by that, but I'm with the kooky, so to an extent. But anyways, in the front there was like a bowl of condoms and lube, which I was like, that's a little bit weird, but you know, if I had a place, I would probably offer condoms and lube too to promote safe sex, whatever. So we're greeted by a whole bunch of people. There's a whole bunch of people literally just innocently cuddling on the floor. They had like pillows and blankets on the floor. They had like a whole bunch of couches and this and forth. I don't know. I think it's set up to be like that. I think that's the sole purpose of the spot. So anyways, there's a whole bunch of people who are cuddling and just chatting amongst one another. It was a sweet, innocent, cute environment. Okay, cool. So I end up talking with people, conversating, whatever, and I end up cuddling with this guy, which he was cool. He wasn't touchy inappropriately. We kind of were like cuddling face to face, which was pretty cool.
Okay, it's so much that went wrong with this story. And I mean so much to the fact that I had to write things down to say, all right, this is like impossible. Number one, the first thing, she heard it from a friend group. For her to hear this from a friend group, you know what type of friends or what type of circle she's in. Now, if we are talking about people in the Epstein files, the ones that be diddling the children to eating them and everything like that. Everything that we discovered. How many people you know that know somebody that does that? I'm willing to argue that most people can't say, yeah, I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that know where parties is at that do that stuff. That is a small group of people. So if you get entwined with those group of people, it will automatically tell me that your friend group or your friend group of a friend group is in some weird circles. That's number one. She then admits that it was unsafe, that she knows that it was unsafe. And this is the reason why women obviously will pick the bear instead of the man in the woods, right? Because if you know that it is unsafe, why on earth would you go? Only to play victim later if anything happened. Keep in mind, I can guarantee you if it went AWOL and things just didn't go the way she expected it, I can guarantee you, although she knew that it was unsafe already and she still was willing to go, she would play the victim afterwards and say, oh, you know, they convinced me to go there. We are supposed to just be cuddling and laying on the ground. I didn't even think in my mind that anything else can happen. That's what happens when they go to the Stars hotel room at 3:00 in the morning, bringing a bottle of champagne and alcohol, talking about they was going to talk about a movie script. Sure, of course. She said that things did not look weird when she first looked at the house or the place. She said it didn't look weird, so she proceeded. Keep in mind, this proves my previous point about how things could be unsafe and they'll try to play the victim later. She said it didn't look weird, and she was like, okay, let's go. Which automatically says that if it did look weird, then she would be like, oh no, I'm out of here. This looks too weird for me. I got to go. That's what she wants you to think. That I said it was okay because it just didn't look weird and it looked safe all of a sudden. Okay. Immediately after that, I mean, directly immediately after that, she said she was met by the white woman with the dreads, which was automatically kooky. So that means right after, when you said, oh, the house didn't look weird, you went in there and you said, this is weird. And you said, I need to know more. I need to further whatever is going on here. I need to know even more than that. So, which proves the previous point. Again, it didn't matter if it was weird or not. But she's saying that in a way so she could kind of seem like she just fell on it. Like this just landed in my lap. Like everything was normal and then things just went crazy. The amount of women I know personally and through friends that did things like this where they know what it was, but then when they went and they did it, they try to act like they didn't know what it was. It's kind of like the walk of shame when they're making that walk of shame for the women. Like they know exactly what they came there for. They know exactly what they're doing. It's women that do this with friend groups. Like it would be you, your homeboy, your homeboy's homeboy, the girl we having a goddamn blast, and try to act like, oh, I don't know what happened. I don't usually do this. Yes, you do, because you did it with the dudes up the block and those dudes up the street right there in the last dorm room you was in. This is not your first roundabout. Don't try to act like you didn't know. But that's what they try to act. They try to play innocent, and then later on they get to, complain about whatever happened there. She then says she's seen the bowl of condoms and lube. I'm assuming she thought they was going to make blow-up dolls there. And for you to have it readily available, like out in the open on the table, would automatically signal to you that something like this goes on and she was interested in it. That's what it was. Because that right there, if everything else didn't freak you out, you'd have been like, why is it just readily available on the table like that? I'm trying to figure out what could have been on that table that she would have been like, nah, this is too much for me. Condoms and loops, it wasn't enough. Then she says that the guy was not cuddling inappropriately. Let's keep this in mind. I don't know if you missed it. It was no rule set. What is inappropriate? If you go into a weird house with the weird spiritual lady, she high on DMT or something like that. So you get the real the weird spiritual lady that's on mushrooms. You get the vibe with random adults just cuddling, which is already weird in itself. And who even knew about this area is weird in itself. You got that situation. Then you got the condoms and everything situation, and no rules was set. She ain't mentioned nothing about, hey, this is what this is supposed to be. If anybody does this, that, and third for you, you can press the safety button and say, all right, this person is inappropriate. Nothing. So that means it was everybody for themselves into this cuddle session. Also, let's take note. She probably didn't mention yet that in order to go to one of these groups and stuff like that, I don't know if it's a Facebook group you go to and everybody just willy-nilly just do whatever they want to do, or is it something that's like paid where certain people paid to enter? I think she skipped that part, or maybe she didn't get to it. Somebody paid to enter. Somebody did something for the crazy lady in the beginning to just open her home with a whole bunch of people and have different rooms and all these experiences. I doubt it. And for random newcomers, I doubt it. It's just anybody just walk in. I think you have to be vetted somehow and you have to pay something. So maybe she skipped that part. So something is going on that she maybe, didn't get to yet.
So we were having conversation. I'm asking him questions about it, and he's just like, yeah, basically it's a space where people are able to cuddle without it feeling any sort of like it's not sexual. This aspect is not sexual. So I'm like, okay, cuddling, still talking, having a great time, talking to other people, socializing. My homegirls doing the same shit. I'm like, yo, this is cool. This is cool. There's movies playing, like music. It was cool. They had drinks, everything. All of a sudden, that host with dreads, lady with dreads, she gets up. She's like, okay, we're gonna now open up the red room. I'm like, red room? In my mind, red room is demon time. So I'm like, oh, what the fuck is the red room? A couple of people get up and they head to the red room, and I'm like, I want to go to the red room. What the fuck is in there? I peep in a little bit. Red room had a whole bunch of like sex stuff. Wow. So I was like, oh, okay. I'm not entering the red room. I'm not trying to have an orgy. So I go back and I ask the guy, I'm like, what is the red room consist of? He's like, it's basically a place where people have sex. And I'm like, hey, that's really cool. So my whole thing is, right, I'm fucking with it. That was cool. If I had the opportunity to go to another cuddle party, I would. I haven't heard of one since the last one I went to, which was, I'm not gonna even reveal that. I went some time ago. But yeah, that was such an experience. And then I ended up just continuing to cuddle with that guy, talking to people who didn't go to the red room, and then eventually I just got up and left. We just left.
So you're a nutcase. So this woman will put herself in the most compromising position and then be like, oh no. And she's still open to going to another one of these scenarios. And I'm going to tell you a big reason why. You're not going to these areas just to cuddle with somebody and just talk over and over and over. It's kind of like inching closer to something that you really want. Because I could guarantee you when they open that red room, one of them days you're going to just be like, let me just slide into that red room. Let me just really like visually see what's going on in here. I want to experience it. I want to be in the Diddy chair and just look and watch. And then after you get into the Diddy chair, now you want to participate, even if it's something light. Maybe it's somebody coming to you and they probably attractive and then they touch you a little bit. And then, you know, it's a red room. It's red, I would assume, with the red light. You know, that's when the demons come out. Everybody's brain just goes stupid after that happens. And then you'll say, oh, no, I was convinced to this, that, and the third. And then it make it seem like you slowly inched your way in there, but somebody else kind of like pushed you over the edge. That happens. Then the next time you go back to it and you'll do even more than that. And I want guys to understand this for sure. This woman goes to a cuddle party to go lay up with a stranger. But this will be the same woman that will not go on a date with you. I want you to keep that in mind, that she would prefer to go to a cuddle party with condoms, lubes, orgies. It says she would do it again just to lay up with some random dude that she never met before ever and have conversations about people getting their back blown out in the next room. And she wouldn't even go get ice cream with you. Don't be that guy that's begging women to do X, Y, and Z just to be around you because they don't really like you. Because if they really did, they'll go with you for nothing because cuddle parties is out here.